Welcome. So this week I was reflecting on spirit guides with a wonderful member of my soul family. And she asked me, what was your first experience with spirit guides? And that took me back to several years ago when I was first studying alchemical and transpersonal hypnotherapies. I was trying the techniques out, and one of the protocols was to connect with a spirit guide. And up to that point, I really didn't understand how profound spirit guides could be. Up to that point, I didn't even really know that I had so many spirit guides that were there for me at any moment. All I had to do was know how to tap into them and really have that mustard seed of willingness to connect with them. So that was my first experience. And what came to me was this very, very profoundly pure, powerful image of this buffalo. And this buffalo had such a strong message for me to validate that I was on the right path in my life at that time, but also with a warning that I must continue my sobriety and continue on that journey of sobriety and staying away from alcohol and drugs. And that was very, very, very impactful for me. It always stuck with me and it still sticks with me to this day because it was just such profound guidance. So, in this video, I'm going to explore with you the different types of spirit guides and how they can really illuminate our life's path and connect us with more love, connect us with more wisdom, more insight, and help us know where to go and what to do in life. My name's Derek Ivy. I'm a board certified clinical hypnotherapist, researcher, and intuitive. And I teach quantum healing. I teach a quantum hypnotherapy course. And then as well, I did another video a while back on unlocking the wisdom of spirit guides. And you might want to check that video out also. And I'll put the link down in the comments. And in that video, I explored the analogy of working with spirit guides is if you are going on this treacherous, long backpacking or hiking journey, you can go on that journey alone and you don't know the lay of the land and you don't know really where you're going or what you're doing. That is like walking through life without spirit guides. And walking through life with spirit guides is having this very wonderful, amazing guide that helps you feel safe, that knows the lay of the land, right? Knows the best way for you to complete your mission. So that's what spirit guides, in essence, are doing for us, as they are a very friendly guide through our life experience. They're never going to force themselves on you. You have to have that openness and willingness to really want to be a part of connecting with them and communicating with them. But if you do have that willingness, this video is going to be a great way for you to begin understanding all of the different types of spirit guides, how they can illuminate our path in life to bring more love, more wisdom into our experience and integrate that in everything we you do. So, understanding spirit guides. A spirit guide is an incarnate spirit, so does not have a body, that is here to help you as a carnate spirit with a body through your life experience. So they're guides in the psychic realm, in the causal realm. And they are higher aspects of who we are. You can tap into the highest aspects of yourself using a spirit guide. A spirit guide is going to connect you with your highest aspects. Spirit guides are very universal through human experience. All through human history, there has been record of spirit guides being a part of the human experience. Spirit guides have been a part of many different spiritual traditions. If not all spiritual traditions have some form of spirit guide. They create a sense of connection and a deeper understanding of our shared human experience. They can help us to really make sense of what the F we're actually doing here in our life, what our purpose is. They can help guide us to things that are going to help us or keep us away from things that are not going to be for our highest and greatest good. I had a wonderful client who had a profound transformation after connecting with her spirit guide. She was doing a quantum hypnotherapy journey with me, and what that is it's a session where we take you deep into a trance state, and then from there, you go to all of these different times and spaces and connect with different beings who are in the quantum realm, who are in the on the causal plane, the psychic realm. And that can include going back to past timelines, that can include going forward to future timelines to gain certain wisdom. It can include healing and changing the past, or healing and changing the now or the future. But there's infinite ways to work with that in a journey. And that's what makes these journeys so powerful is we're creating a blank canvas that is the journey. And what actually comes onto the canvas, we don't know at the beginning of that until you actually get into the journey and begin journeying. So I had a wonderful client who connected with her ancestors in a very deep and profound way. And her ancestors had a lot to tell her about, she was experiencing infertility issues in this lifetime. And her ancestors showed her how they had been traumatized and how their womb was actually damaged because all of that trauma had been passed down from generation to generation. So the beautiful thing in this session is we were actually even able to do healing for these ancestors and help their souls heal in the causal realm, while also the information brought to my client through these ancestral guides helped her conceive the baby at last. She was holding on to these energetic patterns and imprints that had been passed down through many, many generations. And from like thousands of years back, it appeared to us during that session. And so you never quite know how a spirit guide is going to come through or what guidance they have until you're actually journeying to connect and you're open and you allow whatever to flow through your experience. Everything is energy. Guides are energy, consciousness. So there's many different types of spirit guides. We just talked about ancestral guides. Those are our ancestors that have already passed on and they are here. They have a vested interest in helping you in this lifetime. They are guiding you, they're helping you, they're trying to save you from going through the same energetic patterns or dilemmas that they have had to go through. They're here to help share the wisdom that they have gained from their lifetimes because they have a vested interest in helping you grow and expand and actualize in this life experience. So, any family member who has passed on may continue to offer guidance and support. Any family member who has passed on, you can call on for support and guidance. Maybe they don't just come through, but maybe if you ask, they will. So that's an ancestral guide. It could be way, way back, like my client, like several hundred to thousands of years ago, or like people you never met or even knew of can be there guiding you, or it can be as recent as like maybe, like for example, for me, my grandfather is one of my ancestral guides. I knew him in this physical reality, but now he is an ancestral guide for me in the psychic realm. He helps me in my life today guide me. I can bring his essence in and communicate and dialogue back and forth with his essence and receive what messages he has for me. So it's important to remember that these things are very complex, right? It's not like, some people have a hard time believing in a spirit guide because they don't actually see, taste, touch another being. So they're like, how is that actually real? Well, we're tapping into those higher aspects and energies of the guides, which are higher aspects and energies of ourself because of the interconnected nature of reality. So think of it kind of in that conceptual lens, and that might help you to remove a little bit of resistance that you have towards really allowing these. Just keep in mind it's not necessarily like a direct experience. At times, it's just energy. It's another aspect. It's another reality that you tap into. It's another energy and frequency that you bring in, that you draw inspiration and guidance from. The next one is an animal guide. So spirit guides can come forward in the form of an animal guide. I just spoke on, for myself, it was this bison that was there with this very, very powerful energy of this is your path and warning me in no uncertain terms what would happen if I went back to my old lifestyle that was quite destructive because it involved a lot of addiction. It involved a lot of just really not loving myself. That guide had a certain energy. A bison, think about it, a bison has a whole different energy than, say, a little bird that lands on your fence, right? And yeah, maybe that little bird is a guide that comes through at some point as well, but they have different energies, they have different aspects to them. They hold different frequencies. They're here to teach us different things. So your animal guides, this can go back to like animal totems, or it can just be the essence of an animal, and however you relate is your personal experience. And you can never get these experiences wrong because it's your experience. And it takes practice to really know, like, okay, what part is that coming from? But nevertheless, you begin to familiarize yourself to know, okay, this is a spirit guide coming in and offering me some guidance. So that can come in the form of any animal. Some people get guidance from lions, or they get guidance, they have a crow come in during their journey. So, in journey work in general, when we are doing those in-depth soul journeys, there's so many endless possibilities of different types of guides that can come in and help. Um, there's, I had a wonderful client who connected with an animal spirit guide that gave her a lot of strength and courage. She was going through a divorce, and there was this bear that was there protecting her. It was kind of there to bring in these more aspects of a warrior, um, to remind herself of her power. I have another amazing QSM student that she always talks about the wolf. Wolves don't bark, and a wolf can be a spirit guide. So they come through in different ways. The next type of guide is an elemental guide. Elemental guides are like spirits or fairies or aspects of the earth. Elemental guides really emphasize our connection with nature and the earth and all of that stuff. I had a student the other day who has been playing around with the QSM hypnotherapy techniques in the course, and she has really been drawn to connecting with fairies lately. And she's coming to realize through her own healing journey how these fairies are here to help her in her experience, and that she even sees aspects of these fairies in a lot of humans. So really allow yourself to open up and have a new experience. It might be something that you could not even think about consciously right now that is going to come in and really be a guiding force for you. The next type of spirit guide is ascended masters. You think about the pure archetype of Jesus or the pure archetype of the Buddha. So those are ascended masters. The ascended masters are beings that had a physical life at one point, and they really mastered that spiritual experience of being on earth, and their teachings still live on. So the pure archetype of Jesus and Buddha vibrates at like a 1,000 on Dr. David Hawkins' scale of consciousness. That pure archetype vibrates at such a high frequency that has gotten diluted down through time, through religion and through the human ego. But that pure archetype, that's pure love and peace and joy and bliss and just really this ascended life experience. So you can call on ascended masters to help you on your journey as well. You can call on, even if you're not a Christian, you can call on Jesus to help you in your healings. You can call on the essence of the Buddha to help you on your healing journey, to bring certain wisdom and strengths and help you to embody that in your life experience as you integrate that knowledge. And I have a really funny story about this ascended masters. So, one of my old Zen teachers who passed away about 4 years ago was a very like open person, right? Like he was this old dude that was bald and had little round glasses, and he was such an amazing person. Like he taught me so much in life. And he had this room in his apartment with all of these different ascended masters and deities of from all different types of spiritual traditions. And he was telling me about a really particularly rough day that he was having where he didn't know how he was going to move forward. And he just screamed at this wall of all of these ascended masters and said, I need help from all of you fuckers right now. So it can be like that. You can ask for help from all of them. You know, ask any ascended master who wants to help me with this. Please come forward and guide me. Intention is so powerful. Intention is the most powerful thing. That's the most powerful thing to keep in mind when working with these guides is you have to have that intention that I'm going to connect with them. I'm going to bring in their essence. I'm going to bring in their wisdom, and you can dialogue with them. You can talk to them just as if you were talking to a friend. So the other type of guide is an angelic guide, like archangels, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel, there's so many of them, right? And these angelic guides are messengers who are here to provide protection, comfort, guidance. And angels are here to help us too. Different angels serve different purposes, so to speak. So, like Archangel Raphael is the angel of healing, if I remember right. Archangel Michael is the archangel of love. So they have these different almost specialties, but you can call on any of them really anytime you want, nevertheless. I had a client in session months ago, and she could feel these beautiful angels' wings just wrapping around her. And this was something that was so comforting to her. She really brought this into her life experience and called on these angel wings to keep her safe, to help her have courage to walk through a custody battle with her daughter's father. It helped her get through that in a skillful way and bring in those higher aspects without really needing to unconsciously go through the experience with no help. Her remembering to bring those angel's wings in gave her a visceral energy and feeling across her entire body of warmth. And that's absolutely going to put you on a higher timeline. Because if you're connecting with these higher aspects that all of these different guides bring to you, you are on a whole different wavelength than if you just were walking through life offline, so to speak. So it's so, so important to just remember that your intention is so powerful. You can decide to call in help from guides at any moment. Even when you're going into Target, say, I want you to be with me as I go in here, and bring all your guides in with you. You can feel their presence. Also, in that other video, Unlocking the Wisdom of Spirit Guides that I did, um, I talk about, feel around you. You can maybe even feel just energetically where are these guides in relation to you right at this very moment. They might be right over here. I can feel one. They might be behind you, over here, over here. But just play with that. Get curious because that's going to keep you going on that path. Because you can't be too rigid with this either, because then the resistance is going to actually block you from experiencing the subtler and subtler frequencies of these guides. So, in order to give you some practical tips for establishing your connection with your spirit guides, don't overthink it, is my biggest piece of advice to you. Get curious and just begin playing. It's play. It's not, you're okay to try different things on for size. You can connect with guides through meditation. Keep an eye out. We're going to be putting out a meditation on how to connect with your spirit guides very soon. So make sure you subscribe if you're not already. And so there's also tons of spirit guide meditations already available to you. Just type into YouTube spirit guide meditation. Um, that's one way of connecting. You can do journaling. You can write a letter to your guides. You can spend time in nature and connect with those elemental guides or you can connect with the guidance of all of the universe, of all universal forces, this universal life force energy. You can connect with your Reiki guides if you're a Reiki practitioner. Ask your Reiki guides to be with you to assist in the healing and just kind of, think of yourself as a scientist. I'm just going to experiment with this today and see how I can bring spirit guides into my experience, how I can notice the subtle presence of them, how I can connect with their guidance for me. I just encourage you to stay open, keep gathering with like-minded people that are also on a spiritual journey, and get curious. Ask them, how do you connect with your guides? How do you know that your guides are there with you? And also keep in mind how you experience your spirit guides is going to be unique to you. And all guides is energy. So are you. So am I. Everything is energy, so are your spirit guides. So, that being said, it can manifest in any way. Spirit guides can manifest as numbers that you keep seeing over and over again in your environment. Spirit guides can manifest as a certain color that comes in during your meditation, or a certain symbol, or a knowing deep down that this is what you're absolutely supposed to do. That might be a guide saying this is your path. Our human guidance system connects with these guides. So the more that you connect with the essence of your spirit guides, the more you're going to just have these knowings in your body because they work through that energy in your body. So you might just get a gut feeling about someone that, yeah, like that doesn't mesh with what your life purpose is or where you're heading. It doesn't mean they're a bad person. It's just it doesn't resonate with you. Um, that's one way your guides can work through your body to just give you that knowing. And also be receptive, be listen more. There's a time for listening and there's a time for talking. You might have heard that old saying that meditation is listening and prayer is talking. So there needs to be that back and forth dialogue. You tell your guides what you need guidance on. You know, if you're financially in a bind, call on your money angels. There's so many ways you can do this, and don't let anyone tell you that you're doing it wrong. If it resonates with you and it's guiding you to your highest and greatest good, then really trust that guidance that you are receiving, but also keep in mind that this is literally just an aspect of yourself that you're magnifying through this connection. So yeah, I that's a good basic for you of all the different types of spirit guides and the unique roles that they can play in life. It's just really important to keep an open mind, stay open, stay curious, stay playful, open to your guide's presence. It's an unfolding process. We never get it done. I still meet spirit guides all the time that I didn't know were there before. I had a reading the other day, and there was this older Asian woman that I found was one of my guides. And it wasn't that the reader told me that. It was like I was tuning into the energy and I could feel her presence and her wisdom. That something that the reader said really set that connection up where I could really see and feel that presence. And she was encouraging me to be in nature more. I've been really putting my nose to the grindstone and doing a lot of work indoors and a lot of walks in the city. And she's like, dude, go out in nature, like soak that in. And that's where she was in this forest. So just be open to their presence and be open to the transformation they can bring to you. And I wish you so much love and blessings on your personal journey of discovery and connection in your life. And I hope that this was helpful to you on your life journey and on your spiritual journey. And please share with me what have your experiences been with spirit guides? Do you have any questions? Are you having any trouble connecting with your spirit guides? all of those things, write that in the comments. And I'm looking forward to connecting, and we can start some really beautiful dialogues down in the comment section that will help others as well through community and shared exploration. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the video to spread these messages of spiritual growth and the path to your personal excellence and enlightenment. So I'm going to put the link down below for that video, Unlocking the Wisdom of Spirit Guides. And I hope that's helpful to you as well. If you want to dive deeper, then there you go. Go and watch that video next. And also, I invite you to join us in our QSM training, where you learn how to take yourself and others on very, very profound soul journeys. And not only that, but you have a deep understanding of ways that you can actually help people have really, really deep and profound transformations that ultimately will allow you to keep having clients come back again and again, as well as deepen your own depth as a practitioner and on your own personal growth journey. So I will drop info down below also about the QSM program. And that's a program for practitioners. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day, and we'll talk soon.